and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and the biscuit got lost in the woods and met 7 strangers people. Yeah, they'll do. Your host James, other host Jade, hello.
Hello.
We did the Shreks.
We did all the Shreks.
That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were in the Shreks.
That's correct. However, now we finish season 4. What do?
We gotta do the remake.
We gotta do the remake.
Or the live action, whatever you want to call it.
We were going to do this for season 5.
Yes.
But I didn't realise this film came out as close as it did. Mm. It came out today.
It did. It came out right this day.
Absolutely. This last 24 hours, we've watched it. Mm-hmm. And here we go. Mm-hmm. So we're sneaking it in. We haven't got time to film it because I haven't started on that stuff yet.
No, we went straight after work as well, so not great, guys.
Not good. First of all, before we talk about it, do you like Snow White?
I do.
Okay.
It is probably up there with one of my favourites.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it a lot. Yeah.
I really like it.
What do you like about it? Why do you think it's top tier Disney?
I feel like it's really whimsical. And it's just beautiful as well. Mm-hmm. I love all the old kind of cottage type things.
You like
cottage core? Cottage core. It's such a vibe for me. Mm-hmm. I love the ride at Disneyland, even though it is quite dated.
When was that ride built? In the 90s?
And it's still about. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were made in the 90s and we're still about.
We were.
Yeah. We have something in common with that ride.
You may be made in the 80s, though.
I wasn't made in the 80s. I was born in October.
Oh, so you weren't.
I was a January baby. Anyway, Disney do remakes. Mm-hmm. All the time. Live action remakes are all the buzz.
Yeah, they've been trying to cash in on that nostalgia from people like me and you.
Have you enjoyed any of these remakes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Which of the ones you've enjoyed and which ones have you...
We've had this conversation before.
I fully understand. Okay, but for all intents and purposes.
I liked Cinderella.
Ugh.
You've not seen it, so you can't say shit.
Ugh.
It's really good, and it's beautiful to behold.
Okay. Which one's been your least favourite so far? You can say The Lion King.
It is The Lion King. I mean, I can't class Mufasa because it's not a remake. Mm-hmm. It's off the back of The Lion King. It's just such a soulless crap prequel.
Yeah.
I despise it. I'm sorry. I really do. Lin-Manuel, what the fuck are you doing?
We'll talk about music. That's going to come back.
How about you? I know which one your worst is.
What? My least favourite live action?
I think I can guess. Your best and your worst.
Okay, go on.
Your worst is Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Surprise!
No, it's not. Beauty and the Beast is trash and I hate that movie. And you should hate that movie.
I can't hate it. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm a Beauty and the Beast girly. I think best is Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon for me, always. Because, why not? Fuck it, why not?
No one ever says that one.
I think I have a joint least favourite, which is probably Alice in Wonderland.
I forget that's even one.
Yeah. Or The Lion King.
Yeah.
Didn't see it through to the end.
I can't believe you left. Which bit did you leave during?
I stuck it out till Hakuna Matata, and then I was like, yep, that's all I need to see. It's not going to get any better than this. Bad movie. That's what I'm saying. Snow White. Okay, well, first of all, this podcast, we're not one to talk about any emotional baggage a film comes with.
Yeah, too much. Nor are we a political podcast either.
However, we should address that it's there.
Yes, it's making quite a lot of headlines.
Yeah. So
it is a bit of an elephant in the room.
Yeah, it is. However, I forgot about it as soon as the film started.
Yeah, same.
So we here at the Biscuits Blurays podcast,
hello,
we're judging it on its own merits.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, we're going to compare it to Space Jam, but other Snow White as well. Maybe repeat a new one. Who knows?
Yeah. Plus, also Snow White being a Grimm's fairy tale, it has been remade and rehashed so many times. Mm-hmm. It's hard not to think about some of the other variations we've had of it as well. Yes.
But that's all we'll say about the controversy. That's fine. If you want that, go somewhere else.
Yeah, there's plenty of other podcasters and videos on YouTube, all addressing that. That's not what we're doing.
We're not those guys. Mm-hmm. How many of the other Snow White movies have you enjoyed?
I rewatched Mirror Mirror not long ago.
Okay.
I think, was it last month?
It wasn't... No, I'd say it was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, I remembered it being terrible, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it more than I remembered.
That's the Lily Collins one.
It is. Again, I just thought the costumes were beautiful. Mm-hmm. I ended up quite enjoying the panto-y vibe to it. Snow White's very popular on the panto circuit.
Yeah.
And I like the fact it leaned into that. It ended with a really weird song, which, to be honest, I cut that. I was like, you know what?
I don't remember it ending with a song.
It really does.
What song
They get
is
married. It's this thing's like I Believe in Love, but it's got like a bit of a Bollywood vibe.
Oh.
And it's clearly not Lily Collins' voice either.
Well, neither is any of her movies.
It sounds nothing like her, and it's just so weird and completely out of character.
Okay.
For her. But you know what? Some people might really enjoy that, and that's for them.
I think Mirror is top notch. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Didn't care for it.
Okay.
And I wanted to. I could see what it was trying to do. It just weren't for me.
Fair dues. I've only seen Winter's War.
Oh, you saw the worst one.
Yeah, and Snow White's not even in that. It was just the Huntsman.
She's in with Snow White not to be put into a movie for kissing the director.
Oh, is that movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, well, she was kissing him in the first one, so she got yeeted out of it for the next one.
Did he stay on? Did he stay on to direct?
I don't remember, but she definitely got yeeted off, didn't she?
I don't know. If you want that stuff, maybe we'll cover it one day. Who knows?
It's like Snow White and the Huntsman, and now it's just the Huntsman and the Winter's War. Not that he's particularly interested in that film that I remember. And from what I remember of the second one, it's your evil queens that are amazing.
Yeah. What were your initial reactions to the trailer and before the film started? What did you think you were going to come out of this film thinking?
That was pretty shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought I was going to laugh or cringe through most of it. How about you?
Same. I think I had discussions today about it, and everyone was like, "Oh, you got to watch it. Why? What are you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know." For the podcast, for our thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
I didn't hate it, guys. I really didn't, and it's not the worst that I've seen either.
Let the record show that me and you seem to both be enjoying this.
Yeah. It is a mid-film, don't get me wrong, but it's so fucking charming.
Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, I think this was delayed like so many times, and I'm not sure why. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a thing that happens in movies every now and then where the producers of it go, "We're getting involved."
Yeah.
Do you think this reeks of studio interference?
Yes.
I agree. It's choppy as shit.
Yeah, because wasn't it supposed to be released last year?
I think maybe 2 years ago.
So I think there was talk about it possibly going straight onto streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it ended up with all the backlash last year with Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But I think ultimately, if you go into this film not thinking about any of that, not even really thinking about the original that it's remaking as such, I think you can find something to enjoy in it. If you're going in just to say, they did this in the original, they didn't do this and that, you're never going to enjoy anything.
When it comes to these remakes, have you found that they find a balance between being respectful to the original stuff or doing something new, or do you think they've not quite got it right yet?
It can be a bit of both, because, for example, there's some plot holes in Beauty and the Beast, in the animated one,
Okay.
that the live action was able to address.
Like call the furniture and shit.
Like, why did no one remember that there was a castle
Oh, yeah.
and a prince? Like, if you're ruled by somebody, why don't you remember that was there or what happened? They changed it so the evil fairy, well, it's not really evil fairy, the enchantress, made the townsfolk forget about them. Yeah. So they just put little bits in like that. And even about like the magic mirror and Belle's mum and stuff, they didn't need to add all of that really, but it was nice little bits that they did add in.
Okay.
But then we get more songs.
Too many more songs.
And I don't really care for too many more songs, but I know if they feel like they need to do something different, you need to be up for an Academy Award.
Best original song, thank you very much.
Exactly. How about you? Have you found that they've been respectful?
Nope. Straight up no. Pete's Dragon was respectful. And that did its own thing. That's a completely different vibe to the original. Alice in Wonderland was not respectful. Even Lion King I don't think was respectful. I think steps have been taken to get to where we are with this.
Yeah.
And I think with each movie that's passed, it's a step in the right direction.
You say that, but I've only seen Aladdin once. I found that pretty soulless, and I don't know why.
But there's some good stuff in there.
There's some really good stuff in this, but one of the best parts of Aladdin was at the end.
When they like, dancing and having a good time.
Yeah, I loved all that. I wanted to see more of that in the movie.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that. which was a shame. But again, it's not that these remakes as such, they are live-action adaptations
Yes,
of these stories. So they are going to try and do their own thing a little bit.
Rachel Ziegler did say that the original was made in 1937, and quite evidently so. So changes have been made to the story, but overall, it's more or less the same thing. So I don't think we need to go on a deep dive of that. But slight changes are there. Did you appreciate the changes that were there?
Do you want me to be completely honest?
Yes.
I feel like nowadays, all Disney princesses and all kind of strong female characters all need to be quite samey. They're all strong, independent women. They're all, do you know what I mean? They're all kind of, all the recent Snow Whites I've seen, they're all raising up the kingdom to do whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes you just like a good love story.
I appreciate.
And I'm not saying every woman needs saving or anything like that, but sometimes it is just a nice story.
It's a good time.
You can appreciate it for what it is. Sometimes it's a princess that just needs saving.
Yeah, okay. I didn't mind that this film didn't do that, though.
No, not really.
Because I wasn't like, oh, when's he going to rock up? Because when he did, I was like, I forgot that was happening. I forgot that was a thing. Because I was invested.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the director, and I want to talk about most of the directors for these things. Disney gets them, and the talented directors.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? And then it seems that they phone it in a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Tim Burton, of course. Jon Favreau, Lion King. Guy Ritchie for Aladdin. And the latest casualty is Mark Webb. Are you familiar with his work?
What else did he do?
We'll strap in because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Have you seen the film Gifted?
No.
Okay. You'll have seen his other work. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yes.
Okay, good. 500 Days of Summer.
No.
When his name came up at the end, Mark Webb, I was like, shit, that's the guy who made 500 Days of Summer. That's one of my favourite films of all time, just FYI. Why is he doing this? What's Disney got on him? It's weird that they keep going back to Disney.
Yeah.
Maybe they owe them a favour or something.
Who knows?
Who knows? Do you think it's directed well?
Again, it depends how much of the directing. Well, it depends how much of this he's had control over when it's gone into production.
Yeah.
I think Gal Gadot. We'll talk about her.
We'll talk about her.
The way she's possibly been directed is piss poor.
Yes, it could be.
He could have had better. He could have gotten better out of her. Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know. Let's talk about the cast now. Rachel Ziegler, you a fan?
I am a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan of her talent. As a person, she's not my favourite of people.
If you're listening, Rachel Ziegler, I'm sorry, my wife just said that about you.
But ultimately, it's hard to judge based on press stories and and kind of like social media agendas and stuff like that. So, did she make stupid comments? Yes. Do I think she's a talented individual? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh God, yeah.
And did she nail this role? Yes.
She smashes it out of the park.
Yeah.
I appreciate if you're going to say stuff like this and that the internet is going to come for you, you have to have the talent to back it up.
Yeah.
That is the case here. She is not the problem at all.
No.
If anything, she carries everyone.
Yeah.
Her back must be aching. That's how bad it is.
Absolutely.
Her version of Snow White, did you find it relatable? What was it that was different that she did that you liked?
When I think of Snow White, when I think of the original, she's quite fragile and delicate.
Yeah, she's a child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How old is her character?
I think she's 12? I want to say 12 or 14.
Yeah, so she's really young. So she isn't quite as sassy or snarky as Ziegler is in this. Especially as she gets more confident towards the end.
Yeah.
I mean, she starts off a bit delicate, but she's never quite the same. She has got her own slant on the character. I mean, I liked it. Is it the Snow White that I would consider like my definitive version? No.
What would be that?
It's always going to be the original one.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
That to me is perfect.
I don't know. I saw a good panto of it was. Yeah, she's not the problem at all. Her singing's never been better.
Yeah.
Straight up. But no one can rise to her level. I don't think anyone's trying to either.
No, you can't really.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what helps a certain someone later on in the movie. We'll talk about it now. Gal Gadot, you're a fan.
To be honest, the things I've seen her in, I've enjoyed, to be fair. I'm not going to lie.
Wonder Woman?
I've seen her as Wonder Woman and she was in Death on the Nile.
Oh, we've got enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
She's not known for being the world's best actress.
Correct.
She's beautiful to behold.
Correct.
And she looks great in that costume. I'm not going to lie. She's perfect looking for the Evil Queen. The only problem is she's maybe a bit too perfect.
Okay.
When I think of the Evil Queen, she is somebody who is maybe, I see as being an older character. Not
old, but older. Yeah.
That's maybe scared of losing her looks, and she's trying to hold on to that for as long as possible. A bit Mother Gothel-ified when I think of that character.
I see. Yeah.
But also a bit of a badass bitch. I mean, she's fire.
So you essentially you wanted Michelle Pfeiffer from Stardust.
A little bit.
Okay.
To be fair, once did it. You know, the TV show.
This is the second time we brought up Once.
But she's fucking great.
Okay.
She's delicious as fuck. But me and you have actually said on the way back, everybody listening, me and James always completely talk about everything on the car ride home.
It's probably it's a half an hour journey, and we've covered everything. Yeah. So essentially, we're retreading ground here.
Absolutely. So we both said, if this had been cast prior to The Substance coming out, then Demi Moore would have made a great Evil Queen.
Demi Moore would have smashed it out of the park. Yeah, absolutely. But then it would have been The Substance for kids.
Absolutely. What did you think to her cheeky little singing number?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I don't like her acting in this, but I don't think it's her worst acting performance.
No, she's done worse.
She's done a lot worse. But I feel like she's trying, and I appreciate the grind.
Yes.
So well done, Gal Gadot. You've improved.
Yeah.
However, you were fucking Wonder Woman. You should be good anyway.
Yeah.
When she's the Evil Queen, she has this demeanour about herself where she's like, you know? Everybody,
that is,
I don't know, obviously you can't see what the face I'm making, but it's that, It's quite
arrogant.
gracious, it's quite slow, it's like, no. What I'm doing there is flashing my fingernails.
She did have, she had very, Cynthia
Erivo nails,
kind of nails, yes. She was holding space for the Evil Queen.
Let's hold space for the Evil Queen. But then there's musical numbers all the way through. It's a musical. She has one. She has sung before, and I forgot about it until she started singing in this.
What's she sung before in?
Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Why?
And I like that song. And I was like, oh shit, she was Shank from Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Full title always. Here, her singing's not as strong as Ziegler. It's passable.
Well, it's auto-tunable.
But it's easier to listen to than Emma Watson's auto-tunable.
Either way, it's nowhere near on the same level, is it? Come on.
But as she's performing it, there's that demeanour that gives way for a completely different character.
Yeah, she becomes like a full panto villain.
And the problem is, I thought, is that if she was doing that all the way through, this is a 4-star movie. Mm-hmm. But she didn't.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it's her fault. But who knows?
I needed more from her. I needed her to be more stoic.
Okay.
And scary. When she later on turns into the hag, that needed to be creepier.
That did need to be creepier, absolutely. The whole film in general needed to be creepier, I think. Because Disney back in the day wasn't as scared to be creepy.
They weren't, and do you know what? It worked.
Yeah. There's the scene where she runs through the woods, and we talked about this because it's probably one of our favourite scenes in the first one. The eyes and the trees and the shapes that she sees in the original are not there. They are...
It's just normal parts of nature.
Figments of her imagination, I would guess. It's exaggerated, but you get it.
Yeah, that's the thing, she's so young. She's spent all her time in this palace. This guy's just tried to kill her. She's absolutely terrified, running away.
Yeah.
Everything in the woods, it's dark, everything in the woods looks like it's moving. And all the creepy trees look like they're trying to reach out and grab her. It really scares her.
It scares her, and she breaks down and cries.
And it's really well animated.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Like with shadow and things like that. It's really creepy. This
goes Evil Dead on it.
Those trees were at her dress. Oh my God.
I think I was worried we were in the wrong movie for a second.
Because we've just watched all 5 Evil Deads, by the way, so we were like, it's not come back, has it?
Yeah, exactly.
Join us.
Join us.
Dead by dawn.
And then one of the trees, walks up to her and grabs her. And again, if you're doing an exaggerated version of it, fine. But she's quite a strong lady anyway. Mm-hmm. And that's a fucking tree. That doesn't come across that this is a figment of her imagination.
No.
That looks like the fucking Whomping Willow from Harry Potter.
It did feel very Harry Potter-esque. It's like All these just look like CGI trees, all trying to grab at a dress. And do you know what? I didn't appreciate that. I thought it was lazy.
But then it brings up the question, is there magic in this universe? Because the Queen, well, the mirror's there,
Yeah.
for one, magic mirror, so sure. But the Queen does things as well.
They almost seem like parlour tricks, though, that make people go, she never does the same thing. But then she takes a magic potion, so she must have some sort of magical ability.
I wouldn't say that potions are like magic, though. That's just apothecary.
Ooh, that's a big word. Ding, 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 ding. Jesus, big word of the day.
I played Skyrim recently.
Spell it.
Apothecary.
Oh, you shit.
Oh, Jesus. Iridocyclitis. So, questions are raised, and then questions are raised later when we see our 7 little friends. My God. Okay. When they rocked up, well, first of all, the headlines and stuff like this were exaggerated because sometimes they would show clips of these like gang of bandits who were quite the same size as you and I.
Yeah, so initially it was thought that the characters playing the titular dwarves from the original movie were going to be just people of any kind of...
A band of misfits.
Yeah, a band of misfits, basically, that aren't what you would expect. And so many news stories jumped onto it and said, look what it's doing. That's not the case at all. Whether they were ever going to originally be in the story as those characters, I don't know, but I doubt it.
I think it was a leak, maybe, that people had seen and people jumped on and latched onto it.
Yeah, when that wasn't actually the case. I think from the get-go, Disney said that they weren't hiring actors to play those characters, that they were always going to go down the route of CGI.
Yeah. We've said it before, we'll say it again. There was a big debate in the community where they said, well, shouldn't they have people of that size playing that? You're taking roles from those actors.
Yeah.
But then that same community is going, oh, well, we don't want to do that anymore.
You're going to stereotype us, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I think it was always going to be a poisoned apple. Yay! Irrespective of what Disney did. Maybe they should have just kept the fuck away.
Sure. Well, did you like them?
With the magical creatures?
Yes.
Do you know what? They weren't terrible.
They were...
However...
Okay.
When I think of the dwarves in the previous movie, you knew who all of them were.
Can you name them, please?
Oh, fuck.
Ah.
Doc, Grumpy, Dopey, Happy, Bashful and Sleepy.
That's 6.
I said happy, didn't I?
Yeah.
Fuck. Let me try it again. Doc, Grumpy. I missed Sneezy, didn't
Sneezy.
I? Fucking hell. I've been sneezing like crazy before I came in here.
You did.
But at least I got all 7.
Them.
But yeah, but in that movie... The way that they were animated, you knew exactly which one was which. In this movie, I think I knew who about 4 of them were. The others just all look the same.
That's the beauty of 2D animation. Yeah. Well, animation in general. If you saw a still of the 7 dwarfs, everyone could go, that's Bashful, that's Sleepy, that's Doc, because of their exaggerated characteristics. Here, the characteristics aren't as exaggerated. They all look the same. Yeah. Apart from probably Dopey and Grumpy.
And Doc.
Doc looked similar to Happy, and
except for Happy is just fatter. Doc has got his glasses, so he's got the facial, like a recognition.
Yeah,
He's got those accessories.
They all look like Snapchat filters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something off about them. They do sit in the uncanny valley, but I warmed to it as the film progressed. I sort of forgot about it. The film was doing other things, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of along for the ride now. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I don't mind it.
I would say Dopey in particular, I liked the most out of all of them. And he seems to have more to do.
And they fuck him up later on.
They do. They do something that they shouldn't do.
We won't tell you what it is, but they fuck him up. Yeah, they're not bad. Snow White now isn't wishing for a prince. She's wishing for a family and her kingdom to thrive. And in doing... Well, the story of Snow White, her parents aren't there.
Yeah, they're already kind of out of the picture, aren't they?
Wop, wop. So, Snow White meets a prince. Well, not a prince, even.
You know, it's just a commoner.
Just a guy. Just a random guy. What was his name? Jonathan.
Jonathan. Is it Jonathan Bailey?
As in, Now, it's funny you should say that. Was this filming at the same time as Wicked?
I do not know.
Was this must have predated something, because this is Fiyero from Wish.
This is Wish Fiyero. However, he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. I think everyone in this is fine. That's the problem with it. It's not going all the way with it.
Yeah. But his clothing, oh my goodness. He got his hoodies from Ye Old Gap.
Ye olde Gappy.
Ye Olde Nike.
But I think they're going for more a Robin Hood vibe. It's very Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Because maybe 10 years ago, this guy's played by Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't mind that. He was good in the movie.
And I like me some knee-high boots on a man.
Knee-high! Yeah. Well, I'm wearing them right now. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it looks like he was ready to dance through life, but instead he got a different kind of song, didn't he, James?
Well, let's talk about the songs, because there are new ones in this, because it's Disney and they want an Academy Award.
Any of them Academy Award worthy?
Instead of getting 7 little ones. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. You were there for the original.
What do you mean I was there?
I don't know.
I wasn't there, though. I wasn't even alive.
Hey! I was there. You can see me in the back.
Well, Jack Nicholson style, in The Shining, like, hey!
Yeah, I was always there. Do you like the music from the original?
Yes.
Do you think it's timeless?
Yes.
Okay. Did you miss it?
I did a little bit. I think I can see why it's not to everybody's tastes, especially to modern audiences, because it's quite operatic, some of it.
There are certain songs that are cut, and I miss them.
Yeah, I think Someday Your Wish Will Come. Your Wish Will Come.
Sunday?
So Someday My Prince Will Come.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful song. But again, because they've changed the narrative, she's not wishing for that.
Yeah.
So that song obviously is going to get cut. And then the Wishing Well song also gets cut.
I'm wishing.
But I love that song where she's wishing into it and it's echoing back. I think that's quite cute.
To do it with herself, fucking loner.
But again, it's quite iconic and we all remember it.
Yeah. I always forget one song, that's it. Mm-hmm. Which I think is the same song.
Yeah.
And they've done My Boys Dirty. I'm sorry.
Everybody, James likes a particular song. It's on all of his fucking playlists.
It's on every year I make a playlist and every time it crops up because I love that song so much. It's top tier Disney. That scene in general is top tier Disney.
And they don't even do anything in that song. All they do is yodel.
What's your problem with it? That's the silly song by Disney. Top tier Disney, thank you very much. The Academy Awards, 7 Academy Awards for that one song. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I love it so fucking much.
You don't get much of it, but you know what? You got more than nothing.
And I'll take that. If Pete's Dragon can cut all the songs and maybe play it in the credits, fine. I'll take a minute of the silly song, but you've got to replace it with something good, and it didn't.
No, we've got a very paint by numbers love duet.
Okay, well, there's a certain film that came out maybe about 5 years ago now. About 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen it. It's not a very big movie. It's called The Greatest Fucking Showman. Pasek and Paul's music for that was nominated for an Oscar and it didn't win.
No, it didn't. It lost out to Coco, didn't it?
It did. I was upset at that, I think.
Do you know what? Remember Me is fucking beautiful, though.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I'm not going to lie, right? This might be unpopular. I just felt like The Greatest Showman just tried a bit too hard. I
agree. Those songs slap, though, I think. I never liked This Is Me, though. And I think I'm on my own in that group. But I liked From Now On. Yeah, From Now On's good.
And what is it? I did like Rewrite the Stars, but a lot of these got killed by pop stars doing their own versions.
Not even that. I've seen people on open mic nights and kids like dance performances where they've done This Is Me and This Is the Greatest Show and stuff, and it's just been just really off.
Yeah. And
I'm sat there like, I'm lapping this up. I love it more than The Greatest Showman, actually.
So, no. So, like I said, while This Is Me wasn't for me, other songs in The Greatest Showman do slap.
How do those songs fare here, though?
Some of the songs that were written for this movie do slap.
Okay.
And you've got to admit that they do as well. From that very opening song, you were bopping your head away.
This had me at the opening, yeah. But that song sounded very Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman was in the background.
He was. And so was Ryan Reynolds. And Blake Lively was also there, probably.
Why are they there?
Well, they're everywhere. Can't stop them from being around. But yeah, it was very Greatest Showman. And then everyone in the village was getting involved. And I thought, you know what? It felt Cinderella.
Yes, so that opening sequence when they were all in the marketplace,
that
set looked exactly the same as the one from the Is it the Brandy Cinderella?
When we talk about Cinderella, we are only ever exclusively talking about the Whitney Houston Brandy vehicle.
You may be.
Yeah, absolutely I am. Because you made me watch it.
I did, because you didn't want to, because we were performing in it.
Yeah.
And you were playing one of the lead fucking characters.
I was playing Jason Alexander's character.
Yeah. I was like, you do need to watch it.
He was French
and you
in
ended
that movie.
You ended up enjoying it, even though it looked like it was filmed on an iPod.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was alright. And Whitney Houston being a fucking menace to society in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But that if you watch the Princess Giving a Ball musical number from that movie, and then you watch the opening of this, it looks almost identical.
Yeah.
That's with the kind of town square. But I still liked it.
At least we had dancing. At least we had dancing in this one instead of fucking Beauty and the Beast. I need 6 eggs and just people walking around like a normal market. I don't want to see that. If I wanted to see a normal market, I'll jog on into town.
I'm pretty sure that's all they do in the animated one as well, though. And then they all turn and look at the camera and sing at you.
Yeah, but it's better. This is post Wicked. We've watched this. Mm-hmm. This felt like it was trying to copy Wicked. But it was probably filmed at the same time.
Yeah, it's just because it used a lot of flowers and it was it used quite a lot of block colours. Mm-hmm. You know, like what is it, red, yellow, blue, green, but like very, like a children's crayons.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Oh, okay, McDonald's crayons.
Yeah, kind of the colour palette, but I was here for it.
Let me tell you for a fact, you were lapping this up in terms of design.
Absolutely, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, because it's a very attractive movie.
I know, it's stunning. I'm sorry for Mama B.
Okay, well, this is dangerous. Okay, go on.
I didn't really care too much for Snow White's dress.
You like princess dresses.
I do, and I think that Snow White's princess dress is beautiful and so different.
Okay. It's the OG. It's the OG one.
It's the OG dress.
Yeah. So what's wrong here?
I didn't like the skirt in particular. I just felt like it looked a bit on the cheap side. She looks so different compared to everybody else. She actually looks like that she's wearing a cosplay costume. Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. That's not a dig at cosplay costumes.
Absolutely not. But like, for example, the tulle skirt, I could have done without. None of the other characters were wearing tulle at all. So it felt really out of it. And I thought for the setting as well, I could have just done with her wearing like a chiffon skirt or something else that's really flowy. Mm-hmm. But when I think about the animation one, I think she had an underskirt. But her dress really did flow, but it never felt poofy. And this one did. It felt like she was wearing a princess poofy dress that you could see at any sort of character party.
I think the problem is that you have to do it because she's not in it at the start of the movie. She's walking around town in a normal dress, and if she'd have stayed in that sort of vibe, I wouldn't have been bothered if she was like, oh, she's not dressed like Snow White. Mm-hmm. The problem is it's such a jarring dress. Mm-hmm. That her character hasn't worn any of these colours, hasn't worn any of these style dresses, that when she is wearing that, it's like, oh, this is a Snow White movie. Yeah,
when it goes from the scene of her getting some confidence with the evil queen and she's dressed and treated like a servant, and all of a sudden it's, you can go out and pick apples in the forest. Mm-hmm. Is that a dress she'd really put on to go and pick apples? Yeah. Really, Snow White? Well, maybe she likes that huntsman quite a lot. But it didn't look like a dress that she'd just slap on for this is my going out dress, but it's quite simple. No, that's I'm going to a party. It's a party dress. Yeah. Yeah, it felt really off. I mean, she did have the headband, but she lost it pretty early on when she was being attacked by the trees, and she lost the cape as well. Uh-huh. Yeah. And there was added extra parts to the skirt that disappeared as well, so it was just the pure. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, when she was first on the scene. Yeah. On the scene. When she first came into the frame, she'd got like a blue skirt over the top that kind of just showed like a panel. Okay. So it was even poofier beforehand. Uh-huh. What the fuck, mate? I mean, seriously? She did get wet, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that those magical creatures can't sew, because they can barely look after themselves. Absolutely not, but they can dig. Oh my gosh, they dig. They have powers now. Yeah, for no reason. There's a scene, it's the scene, it's Hi-Ho, which, good song, timeless. The classics are changed slightly, but that fit in. But you could still, they kept with the vibe of the original. Yeah. However, the new songs didn't fit that same vibe. No. And it's just like, well, I have the same problem with the Little Mermaid reboot.
That was the last one. Yeah, we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, same problem. The Scuttlebutt does not match Part of Your World. That they are two different artists.
And do you know, I think I had a similar problem with the costume in that film as well.
What, big wet Javier Bardem?
Absolutely. He was a wet, wet man.
He's a wet boy.
I remember being underwhelmed with the dresses in that one as well.
But that one didn't jam it down your throat as much. That one sort of went, oh, we're going to hint at it. Like, it's the same vibe. You know, like when you go to Disney and you want to like emulate the costume, but you can't wear the costume.
But you don't want to look like Ariel's Disney bounding. You want her to look like a fucking princess. This one, it felt like Snow White was too much of a too much of a character, as opposed to she actually belongs in that world.
I agree. Okay, yeah. Magical creatures. Hi ho. There's this, they dig in and then they all put their hands up and their hands are glowing and they touch the stones and everything lights up. What?
And that served no purpose, by the way, guys. It didn't come back into the story. Mm-hmm. We never go back to the mines.
We love the mines. We're going to see
the mines. The mines.
Yeah. Just weird choices. Like, where did that come from? Who came up with that?
The only thing is it did one of the rides have images that looked like that? So they went, you know what? Let's just add this in.
Maybe. I mean, sure.
But surely that's just more money you're spending on something that didn't need it.
That's Disney's problem, though, is spending money on stuff that doesn't need it.
Yeah, so you didn't need that. You didn't need them going around on mine carts, doing a bit of an older...
Yeah.
What is it, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1?
It felt Temple of Doom, and I was like...
Yeah, very, very Gringotts.
Yeah, your Temple of Doom showing, stop this. The critters. Now, we've had it before where they've sort of gone for a bit more of a realistic vibe. Mm-hmm. I would think Cinderella did that with the mice and stuff.
Yeah, they didn't talk or anything like that in the film.
And the animals don't talk here, but they didn't in the original, so that's not a problem. But they are animated.
I loved the fact they were cartoony.
I did as well. The rabbits look so fucking cute. I could die. The squirrel was your favourite.
Oh, it's when she bit the apple and it went and got on her dress and just flopped and was like, oh. Yeah. I thought, why is a CGI squirrel making me so fucking sad?
Well, yeah. Good times.
But that's the thing, because you're animating them cartoony, that you can have them have these expressions.
Yeah. Take note, Lion King.
But even like in the background when Jonathan and Snow White are talking in one of the earlier scenes, there's just a squirrel sat on a fucking tree log, and I was watching that. Because it was, again, all the different background critters were all doing something. I thought I quite like that.
I appreciated the vibe on that one as well, yeah. The evil crone.
Yes.
Obviously, the evil queen decides to make a potion to give the poison apple to Snow White. Mm-hmm. And so she looks like an old withered crone. That is a reprise of a song she sang earlier, so...
It sucks.
It fucking sucks. And she just isn't scary.
No. When she turned, I said to you, she's still hot. And you went, smash.
Smash, yeah. That's Gal Gadot in... but the problem is, it doesn't look like Gal Gadot, nor does it sound like Gal Gadot.
But I feel like if you're doing that, and you're animating a lot of this anyway, and you want to use an actress, why not add some animation on top of it?
Yeah.
Make it more...
Make her look like the old crone.
Make it more grotesque and creepy. I think when I remember watching the most scariest 100 movie moments, and that was in it. I'm pretty sure that and the tree scene from Snow White were in it. Mm-hmm. And I thought that genuinely terrified people, and I want to see that back. But believe it or not, I'm pretty sure I've seen that there's warnings on this film about those fucking trees.
Really?
Yeah. In case it scares people.
Oh, it said scary images, and we watched it and we were like, this is fine.
This is fine, but children might be scared.
But of nothing.
Yeah, if you want to be scared, you'd watch the original one.
Yeah.
Because that crone is creepy, especially that ending scene. She
just appears at the window.
Really creepy.
Absolutely. She sounds like awful as well. Well, I think wasn't the voice artist like taking like 20 packs of cigarettes a day or something? Just good times. They don't make them like they used to. Mm-hmm. Smoking's great. But Gal Gadot's not doing that. She's held back. Let loose. Demi Moore could have done it. Demi Moore.
We've seen her do it. She did it in The Substance.
Yeah, and she looked like her as well, so just do it. Also, getting rid of that raven, that was a bad idea. You know, the evil queen's got a raven that she walks down the stairs with. Is
it a raven, or is that Maleficent you're thinking of?
No, I'm pretty sure there is a crow or a raven in, when she's making the potion, and then she's like, the potion I've made is killing me. There's a raven that's looking at her. It could be a vulture.
I think it could be a vulture because we get a vulture in this, don't we?
Sure.
And the vulture doesn't do anything either. It just kind of lurks about every now and again.
Yeah. It just missed an edge. But is that Disney trying to be a bit more family friendly? Maybe?
Who knows?
Like, look at this. Look, this is I'm just showing Jade the scene where she's reading the thing. That's what I miss. The evil crone like pulling her face, and then the eyes are the last thing you see.
Yeah.
Just why not just lean in? Maybe they were told not to. Yeah, there was a reason.
Oh yeah, it just hides behind the skull, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's literally in that one scene. Yeah, but the film's charming. Prince Charming.
He's not a prince.
Bandit Charming.
Bandit's charming.
Yeah.
But after they do the after they do the apple scene, it's very similar with the true love's kiss. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Me and you said it could have finished.
We could have left then.
And I wish we had done, because all we then got was we need to retake the kingdom, which is done within like 10 minutes, and it's not very exciting.
They sing The Greatest Showman again.
Yeah, Gal Gadot comes out and does some really poor acting again. She then gets killed by her evil mirror for some reason.
Yeah.
It folds up very quickly.
But I thought it was an interesting take on it, where she was sort of relating to the villagers. Also, it's good to see the other villagers. Just we don't see them in the original.
No.
It makes Snow White a bit more likeable. Mm-hmm. And that's great. That's what you want. Everyone was likable enough. Mm-hmm. Even Gal Gadot to a point. I was like, in that scene, in that take, she's eating, and then the next take, she's not.
And you're like, did you want to try that again?
That is a wonky performance, but it's probably not her fault. It's a charming film. Is it better than Space Jam?
It's about the same.
Okay, that's interesting.
Why?
Because I thought you liked it a lot.
I do like it a lot, but I think that Space Jam's got a lot going for it as well.
Okay, sure. I think
it's probably slightly more than mid, but it's about right.
Sure, okay. I really got a kick out of it. When I was enjoying it, I was enjoying it.
You laughed.
Yeah, I laughed a few times.
Yeah, you did.
But I don't know whether that's on me. Maybe this film just caught me on a good day, you know?
Oh, you're in a good mood.
I'm in a good mood. Sometimes people forget. The mood you're in can affect the movie you're watching. You could watch the same movie every day for a week and you'd get something different out of it, depending on your mood.
Yeah.
Today, I'm in a good mood. It's the weekend. Snow White was pretty good.
Yeah, it was to say that we've had some pretty poor churnings from Disney of late. Mm-hmm. Mufasa. At least there's no Lin-Manuel Miranda in this to fuck that up.
Yeah, there's no rapping seagulls or...
No.
Yeah, I imagine he'd give Dopey a rap.
Probably. I've also watched Moana 2 recently and I didn't enjoy that either.
Yeah, he's got nothing to... He's way...
Thank God.
Yeah.
But you could tell that they were trying to emulate him and it was like, oh...
I thought this was better than Space Jam. I thought it was good on its own comparatively to... It was never going to be anywhere close to the original. I like the original a lot.
And if you're going into this wanting it to be like that, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Do you think this is going to do well? Is it tracking to do well?
Apparently, cinema goers are enjoying it. Critics have panned it.
Yeah.
But cinema goers are enjoying it.
Maybe that's what we need.
So, I mean, not being funny, Captain America didn't bring all the money into the box office they were wanting it to.
Just shout out to that cinema that imploded and no one was there because Captain America was showing.
Well, interestingly, we've obviously been to the cinema tonight to watch it.
Yeah.
And I got some Snow White milk. I got myself the apple... What do you call it? The apple beak?
Is this where we just send Cinewall the message and we go, oh, this is the best beaker we've ever had. Please send us more of these.
I got the apple cup, which is really cute. Mm-hmm. All of the Captain America shit was still there.
It's half price now.
And it's half price. It's all like £3.50. We get a discount even if we wanted it.
Yeah.
And even then...
We don't want it.
They were trying their best to sell it to us and was like, we love you, Cineworld, but we don't want that shit.
I don't want to eat popcorn out the top of Harrison Ford's head. I don't care if it's red.
But all the posters are still there, all the free ones. No one's grabbing any of them.
But I don't think anyone's going to be grabbing any of this Snow White merch.
Snow White ones are all gone.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
They were out previously. Me and you laughed because it was like, no one's going to want them posters.
Here we are with one on the table as we're recording. Good times.
Here we are. I think these are cute enough, though, where kids would probably say, you know what, I want that.
Yeah, fair enough. And adults are stupid enough to buy it.
I am the stupid adult.
Exhibit A, yeah. It wasn't a busy screen we were in.
Say it's an opening movie as well.
Yeah.
And Disney have got all the premium screens at the second.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see it busier.
I don't know if it's going to do well. I think there are people who have said, we can't wait to hate watch it. But hate watching is not a thing. If you're paying for a ticket, you are fun. This
is people going to see... That's the problem, guys. You can all go on about how much, like, for example, people go on about how much they don't like, for example, like Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
But then they all watch the fucking Netflix show. And it's like, well, then that's why they've renewed it, you fuckers, because you're all hate watching it. If you don't like something, just don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Just put your money where your mouth is.
So don't watch it, but be kind.
Yeah. Review bombers, I think have been... Don't listen to them. This isn't a bad movie, it's charming. It's Sunday night. It's Sunday afternoon if it's raining.
Yeah.
Would I wait for Disney Plus? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think especially if you've got young children, I don't know if they can be bothered to sit through all of this.
Yeah.
Although this was a lot easier to watch than the likes of The Little Mermaid.
And Alice in Wonderland. And Lion King. And Mufasa.
Yeah, I think there's possibly enough to keep them entertained, but I think the musical numbers, maybe not.
Is it 20 minutes too long? Yes. Are some of the performances a bit janky? Yes. Is the CGI wonky sometimes? Yes. It's not perfect.
I don't feel like you need to see this on the big screen in order for it to be glorious. I think it'd look beautiful wherever.
Yeah, chuck it on your iPod Touch that
That they filmed Cinderella on.
the film's Whitney Houston Cinderella on. Yeah, I had a good time with it. I really did. Maybe it's the film I needed.
Plus, it didn't help that I kept moving over to you and talking through it.
I mean, we both did. We're both guilty of
We
that.
weren't annoying though to people. We would just say because our side of the cinema, bearing in mind we had stairs in between us.
We had two other people, one behind us, one in front.
That were nowhere near us. The other side of the cinema was like really...
Oh, I heard them.
Was more busy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't see any of those people.
I can't tell them to shut up. We can't kick them at the back of the head or something.
So we weren't disruptive in any way, but every now and again I would turn to you and give you like a look and you'd start laughing.
Yeah. We started doing a thing now where if we watch something bad, we'll turn to each other and go, well, that was good.
Yeah.
And I think we both did it at one point in this, but I can't remember which bit it was.
It was after Hi Ho, you went, well, that was good.
Oh, was it Hi-Ho? I don't know, maybe. But it's not an awful film. It's not Wicked. It was never going to be.
No.
If you're coming down off Wicked, say you're waiting for Wicked 2.
And you want to see somebody in a pretty dress and a Wish Fiero, then this is your movie, guys.
This is it. Yeah, absolutely. We've got Wicked at home. Snow White.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. It's fine. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to love it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's so mid.
It just exists. But you know when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'll get it.
Yeah. Maybe not on sale, but I'll get it.
Yeah, this will go in the collection.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I see. Your collection.
Your collection. Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Cool.
Well, that's the end of that. I don't want to end season 4 on 31 episodes. That's a bit janky, so I might do another one. So yeah, maybe we might get another one in at some point. But Snow White, check it out if you want. If you don't want to, also fine.
If not, you can hi-ho.
Hi-ho.
To you.
Hi to you, sir. Yeah. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.